Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today is Monday. It's Monday what? 24th, 25th? Which day is this, Dr. P?
Yeah, I think it's 25th.
Okay. This is Monday 25th. It's about
26th.
26.
Yeah.
We are on Monday 26th. It is about 10:55 p.m. in the east coast of the USA. And today we are going to be talking about the temperature in our country, our native land, Cameroon. And to have this conversation, I'll be talking with Dr. Pamela Masume. You all know her. She's like a consultant to this platform. She's been talking to us for the last many months and took a small break for the last few weeks. And she's back. She's back to talk about a topic that she understands very well. She's back to talk about the atrocities that happen in Kumba, Meme Division in the Republic of Cameroon. Dr. Pamela was born there. She knows the area. She knows the leaders from that part of the country. She has a lot of friends that are still there and that are spread around the world. So tonight we are going to really go down and learn about the situation. We will find out who did what in this process of exterminating our children that were only looking for one thing. They were looking for knowledge. These children doesn't know anything about war. They don't know anything about protesting. They went to school. They sat in the classroom waiting for the professor to gain knowledge. And the result is what you all know. Throat cut, head bombs, hands cut, blood everywhere. And it is a sad day for our country. Every Cameroonian on earth is mourning this situation. And the government is not showing a significant amount of remorse. And there are people that are thinking that the government had a role to play. But we will find out. We will learn from Dr. P. What is she thinking? What does she know? Who did she spoke to? And where do we go from here? Dr. P, welcome.
Thank you, Nestor. It's good to be back. Actually, I took a little break because I had some exams to write, and yes, I was going through a lot of studies, and unfortunately, I'm done with my classes.
Very good.
So, yeah, that's why I'm back, and most especially at this time now where we are in mourning.
It is unfortunate that you are coming back strongly when the country is mourning our children that were innocently killed. They did nothing wrong. They were sitting in the classroom trying to get knowledge, trying to be better citizens, trying to be responsible citizens. So, why don't you go ahead and share with us what you know about this situation?
Well, yeah, thank you. First, I want to correct something. I am not just from Kumba. I am a Bafo. True born of a Bafo. Kumba is a Bafo town. And this happened in my own town, in my neighborhood.
Oh my God.
And so I am directly affected because it's like you having visitors in your house, in your compound, and something bad happens to them. And so that's how we feel, us, the Bafo people. We have embraced everybody. Kumba is a home to everybody that is in Kumba.
Yes.
So we feel like there is an armed person visited our compound. And so we are directly concerned with this to see how we can understand how such a barbaric act could take place in our compound, in our watch, or on. All of us are really in deep sadness.
Yes. So what are they saying? I mean, what happened? What is the conversation between the people of that area?
Well, from all the information that I gathered, about 12 witnesses are claiming that they saw about 4 armed men, and They came in with some bikes and
Yes.
did some random shooting in the air to, of course, create some fear and panic, and then moved upstairs where these innocent children were having a class. Some other sources are claiming that there was a teacher that was directly targeted, which I haven't verified. But then when they came into the class, they started shooting. And so some of the students escaped, but some innocent ones were caught in between. And those footages are so gruesome that no woman, a mother like me, I couldn't watch those pictures.
I
I
did
couldn't
repeat.
watch. My eyes were tearing and they were so blurred. My heart was so much in pain because I put myself as a mother to see my child like that. It hurts, to say the least. It hurts.
But
And
yes.
then it
Mhm.
continued on social media, picked it up, and of course, the propaganda. And the propaganda never ends. The people, um, I'll say something here.
Yes.
So, if you are a leader, you are not quick to speak when such an act takes place. When such a gruesome massacre of young children takes place, everybody is in a mood of shock.
Yes.
But I am so disappointed that a few people went straight and they were announcing and calling names of people, pointing fingers to people, saying that you did it, this person did it, to the extent that they are calling on authority, claiming that women, some women are keeping Amber Boys, and calling that the minister, I think she's the delegate of women's affairs, that she should meet those women in Kumba. I don't know which women they were referring to release Amber Boys because they claim that the Amber Boys killed those children. Another story that everybody is now understanding could be a real source of it. And my God tell me it has a lot of truth because such a conversation to take place with the leader of the province, the senior divisional officer, and he is trying to, I don't know, use human beings for his political gains to derail the revolution, but decides to use human beings. I think if this story is true, he should be held accountable. He should leave Kumba immediately. He should leave the Ambazonia zone area immediately. He should leave and go to wherever he feels he will be secured, because if this story is true that he has a hand in this, he deserves to get punished.
The sub-divisional officer.
Yes, and everybody is seeing all the WhatsApp um, messages or texts, and I see there's an evidence you are a military guy. If you look at one of the benches in the classroom, there is a big print of the boots, and those boots are worn by army.
Yes.
Amber
Some.
boys don't have such boots. We are barely, those are boys, some of them don't even have good sneakers on their feet. But that's an exhibit that if you take it to a forensic examination, and if our country was open to such investigations, I'm sure they will even know where that shoe was made, which people wear those kinds of shoes. But we know La Republique is a well armed army and they have sophisticated outfits. And so for them to wear, for that print is, I don't know how they got to see that print. If you say it, you would know that these shoes are not worn by somebody that has trekked in the forest and, you know, because it is well printed, like it's new, it's being used on flat surfaces. Amber boys are in the bushes. But these shoes are used by somebody who enters an office, walks on tar, walks on a cemented floors. It's not a person that I used it in the bush with storms and stones and sticks. It doesn't look like, because it's well, the print is well visible. So these students went on Saturday. You ask why Saturday?
Yes.
Since, as I heard, the ghost town is fully respected in Kumba on
Mm-hmm.
Mondays. We call it our country Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So schools are trying to make up classes. So Saturday is a day to catch up their lectures that they would have missed on Sunday. Parents are
Mm-hmm.
paying money and they need to see that the students get the number of hours that they are paying for. So it was a makeup class,
Yes.
and this happened. I had six children died on the spot. One died later died in the hospital, and unfortunately, one of their a mother who lost, I hear more than one of those little ones also has passed. That is the effect of such trauma, and many more. We have many children in the hospital fighting for their lives right now. Parents fighting for their lives too, because it's not easy for you to come to understanding what has really happened to your child.
So what really happened? I mean, were they dropping bombs? Were they using machetes? Were they
Yeah,
using guns?
I don't know, but I think if we have proper investigation, they will see the kind of wounds. But the way people are expressing it, it looks like they used, they said AK-47. That's a very sophisticated weaponry. So I don't know if they had other things, but the eyewitnesses said they saw them with those big guns.
Do you think that?
But and you know who comes first to start pointing fingers at people? We are in a shock mood. What time does it take for you to make an investigation, for you to start pointing? Because this was within couple of hours. I don't think if it was even up to an hour when the SDO was addressing people and telling them, calling names or pointing fingers and saying that these are people who did it. And now he is the one,
The SEO did
because
that?
this is just a simple understanding. They have been doing this, Nestor. We shouldn't forget of Ngambo. We shouldn't forget of these 40 something students that were killed recently in Batibo, thrown in the river. Children were floating like leaves, dried leaves. They were floating like balloons. These are still human beings. These are young children. What about those that were killed, burned? What of we've seen all these atrocities caused by La Republic. So why do you think they cannot do this one? They can also it's very easy. They've been doing that. They have
But,
been doing this. So
Dr. P, my question is, why is it that the international community is watching the genocide in Cameroon like a movie? How do you explain that?
well, because of the complexities of politics in Africa, the position that Cameroon is. I mean, the geopolitical combinations and complexities, and as a Cameroon in the sub-region is a strategic and stable, and our neighbors like Nigeria, you don't take yourself to the international body and say, hey, look at me, I have a problem in my country. Somebody brings your case. And usually neighbors will do that. Our neighboring country, the strongest, which is Nigeria and the biggest, has its own issues right now. And they have the Biafran war that is still an issue. They have Boko Haram that Cameroon is helping, is also fighting, battling for. And they don't want to spoil their face with Cameroon. And so what happens is
Why would Nigeria
they don't
protect
want to
Cameroon?
do
I
it
mean, Nigeria
because,
is like 200 million people. Cameroon is less than 30 million people.
well,
And Nigeria is highly educated, highly rich. Nigeria is like
let's
is
see. South Africa will be presiding over the African Union this time. Let's see if they are going to put Cameroon on the table. It's a shame the international body has failed us, and I keep saying this, and I will say it again and again. I had foreseen this coming long ago. I have been advocating to my family not to allow children to go to school. Because if somebody can shoot a 4 months old child, can
sorry God,
kill an old woman,
sorry God, with baby on the
can
back.
behead people, put on
Yes,
sticks,
yes,
can burn people that have already been killed, burn them. And we've seen all kinds of atrocities that this country has brought to us. Innocent us just because we look, it has gotten to the point where we need to understand that our security is in our hands. We cannot rely on the government or anybody else to assure us that they have our interest because they don't have it. All those international bodies have failed us.
yes.
Our neighboring country is brutalizing us. We are seeing another genocide unraveling in the 21st century.
But it started
Nobody
since
is saying
2000.
anything.
Dr. P,
So,
Dr. P. The genocide started since 2016.
yes.
And we have been writing letters to the Security Council, to the United Nations, to the Security Council, to all the international institutions like the US Congress, maybe the Senate, and the European Unions. We send all these letters, we protest, but yet they're doing nothing.
Yeah, because we Amazonians have realized, if not, then we are stupid, that our destiny is in our hands. We have to protect ourselves. We are not occupying our neighboring country. Our neighboring country we are on the siege by another country. And we have been on the siege for 4 years. And nobody is there to protect us. And I will say this. I tell people every day, please, we are in a war. We are not in a movie shoot. This is a war. If they have shown you that your life doesn't matter, is it not your responsibility to take care of your family and yourself? I look at what has happened. I'm like, you know what? I knew this was going to happen one day. And it is just the beginning. This is just another phase. But you know what? The Minister of Territorial Administration, you know him, your best friend, right?
He's not my friend.
You know, he said a couple of days ago that Amazonian war, they've conquered the Amazonians, that the war has ended.
He said that?
Yeah.
Atangaji said that?
Yes, Atangani said there's no more
Where,
war. That
where,
they've
where did when I didn't watch that. I missed
conquered.
that part.
And when he came out to give a speech, what did he say? If you hold a beehive, the bee is going to sting you. So who is the beehive and who is holding the beehive? That's a question I ask myself, and I'm asking any other person to make understanding out of this.
Yes.
That a minister, if they had our interests at heart, is that a right response when they're screaming in the house
Atangaji is a jerk.
everywhere?
He's a dog
When
man.
children have been butchered but have been killed, you show no remorse. You start by giving expressing about being stuck. It means they did it. They did it. It's a way of punishing us. They target us, they kill us, our lives don't matter to them.
This is unfortunate. I mean, Dr. P, let me think that help people watching now understand where is the place of humanism in our native land. Let me call it land for now.
You remember we had one of our conversation was on compassion and empathy.
Yes, we
How
did.
how do you come to lose it
Yes.
when the people who are leading you don't express it? They don't show it to the people they are leading. How do we learn? How do we get to know it? That it is important. We don't, because nobody shows it to you. You
Yes.
feel cruelty is a way of surviving. Hopelessness will make people do things that they will not even imagine that they will ever do in life. Our young boys and girls are in the bushes today. They picked up sticks, cutlasses, and today some of them have become radicalized. And every time the neighboring country brings this kind of barbaric actions on us, we become stronger. We become stronger because we've understood that we have to protect ourselves. Nobody will protect us. But we have said unto the last man standing. And so right now today, my heart goes to those mothers, those families. I sympathize with them. The young boys and girls that are on ground zero fighting, put their lives on the line to take care of those same children that they have killed. It hurts.
Yes, it
That's
does.
why those children are in the bushes. And I keep asking, how come that they are bringing in another set of people that want to target mothers, women? So that's their new strategy to go after women now, saying that they are keeping Amber boys. It means if you have a son, it's an Ambazonian, that child has to die. That child has to be killed. Because you know how many arrests they do. They don't care whether those children have no explanations to give. A lot of them have died, mass graves. They kill them almost every day. Nestor, it is it is very, very sad.
No, it is extremely sad. Extremely.
It is very, very sad that because you have a son, you even ask that son to go hide in the bush. Because if they come to your house and see that son, whether the son is reading or breaking firewood for you in the back, in the kitchen, or running some errands to get something, or just enjoying some peace for those few days that they can even socialize with their friends, he will be picked up and you might never see your child again. So it's a crime to be a young man now as an Ambazonian. All Ambazonian young boys and are all criminals in the eyes of La Republique. They are all victims. Their lives don't matter. The strategy is kill them when even at the end of the day, we would ever going to have this independence because it is our right and it's going to be given us. We might not have enough men.
But no, Dr. P, we cannot. I hope you are not giving up.
Oh
I hope
no,
you are not
we
giving
are
up,
just
but you are still.
understanding that we now have understood that what some leaders have been saying about my leader, Dr. Ayabacho, has come up with lots of address about the unsafe environment for students to go to these public schools because he knew they were going to be targeted. We have community schools that are just basic schools made in a very simple and secured way because it is our responsibility to protect our children. And that's all he has been saying. But because of the infiltrators, stakeholders, people who have already sold their conscience to betray their own brothers and sisters, some of them are saying, oh, go to school. Children have stayed long in the house. They are not going to school. These children are not safe. Will any one of them go replace their child with one of those children or one of them? You will go to your home and take one and go give to them because you told them, you promised them that they were safe. How can they be safe in an environment that is so militarized? There's military everywhere, more than 5 to 6 posts within a range of 10 minutes. And you tell me Amber boys who pass, go do shooting and get out of it with no, nobody knowing those how they did it and where they went.
Now, Dr. P, there is a question that people are asking here. They are wondering where the instructor were, the teachers. Were they in the classroom? What happened to them? That's the question a lot of people are asking in the
Well,
comments.
I really I don't know the dynamics, what really happened. Maybe with time, more information will be getting out there. But I will still say this, and I hope people are listening. Please, these children should be alive. Education is never late. All the boys you see who have been killed, jailed, lots of them have degrees. Lots of them. They have qualifications. I want our children to be alive. That's all we are asking. People go to school at any age. Do you know how old I am? I'm still going to school. Have I what has changed? I'm still here. I will go to school. Let them keep their children at home until La Republique is ready to come to the table for a talk. So all the strategies that they do, they put in place for security. You know, security doesn't it's not the only thing that you have to do to protect the people. It's not just security. It's not bringing all the military using the same tactics without any improvement to make sure that these same people you say you are protecting, they can say you are there for them. You are the ones even killing them. They have killed, La Republic has killed us more than they claim that Amazonians have killed themselves, because one of the propaganda or one of the strategy is put them to kill, fight themselves. And when they kill us, they just point a finger. Oh, Amber boys.
I don't think it's Amber Boys. Amber Boys don't kill children.
Why should they kill the same children they have been protecting, that they
Amber
are
Boys don't kill
sleeping in the
children.
bushes
I
to
don't believe
make
it's Amber
sure
Boys.
those children are
They need
safe?
to investigate and tell us the truth. What happened? Who were wearing these boots? We need to investigate because we saw the sign. And it is unfortunate that the government is always quick. They have all the soldiers at the president-elect, Professor Kamto's house. They have all the mixed forces. They have the gendarme, they have the police stationed in front of his door with huge weapons. And we need security around the country. And soldiers are sitting in front of the president-elect house, wasting time, wasting money, and the country is not secure. What do you think about that, Dr. P?
Of course, all this that we are seeing today that the government is doing, these tactics have not worked. It worked some time ago, maybe, but it's not working. If it was working, how come this war is 4 years and counting?
Exactly.
If this was working, I don't know how they think this is going to work. It's not going to work, because the more they do this, the people become more violent. They create more injustice, and they radicalize people. People become stronger. Remember, it was just a little protest, peaceful protest, and we were labeled like terrorists. They didn't want to dialogue with terrorists.
No, they don't have any arguments. That's the problem with this government. They use the same
Military
tactics
has
for
been
everyone.
causing all these atrocities, and they turn around and say, "Oh, the Amazonians." So why are those boys fight? Why are they sleeping in bushes? Are they not the same children that they are killing, that they are trying to protect? All those young boys, young girls, mothers and fathers. Our young boys and girls have taken upon themselves, put their lives on the line to protect the same people that La Republique comes and kills every day.
You know, the problem with La Republique is there are a lot of idiots. Because I'm reading some foolish comment. There are a bunch of idiots out there. They have no humanism, heartless, soulless, and they're asking some foolish question. Rather than worrying about what happened to these kids that are dead, they're looking for where the instructor were. These people, I might end up banning them from watching this show. Because when people are dead, these children that were looking for knowledge, they were sitting in the classroom because they wanted to learn. And there are some idiot asking for where the teacher were. I said, school yourself.
Well, people have lost the sanity of life. The La Republique has shown us that Amazonians' life don't matter. This is down the new tactics to attack children and kill them in schools. Everybody is playing the propaganda game, and they are quick to doing it. And they have done this for so many years, but their propaganda hasn't worked, and it will not work. We are going to have our infights, but we are going to reconcile. They are our enemies, and we will make sure we resist them because it is too far gone, Nestor, to turn back.
Yes.
It is too far gone. And I don't know if this is all that people see. I've taken myself time to start to just read about revolutions. And revolutions are some are really, really, really short, like what happened in the Arab Spring. Egypt had a very, it was 18 maybe 18 days. Tunisia had it for 28 days. It was a massive, massive demonstration. It was a massive demonstration. Um, I think Algeria fought the war with France from 1954 to 1962. Algeria won that war. Do you know how many years it took? We are at war, and I keep telling our mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, this is not a movie shoot where you pretend to die and tomorrow you go home and you come back for the next shoot the next day. This is reality. Please keep your children at home. Watch. Your children are as precious to you as those children that are in the bushes sleeping, trying to protect you. Those
Absolutely.
children as precious as those that have been in jail, in mass graves, have not gone to school, they have given their lives. They are in Nigeria as refugees, lamenting even in our neighboring La Republic, deplorable. They are living, some of them have no life. And you are here putting your child on arm's way to go to school. What school? What school are you talking about? When even you yourself, you are not even sure you are leaving your home, you come back. That is the level of it. Now we are getting to the next stage because all what they have been doing for the past years haven't worked. So now what they'll be doing, they'll be targeting people, snipers, and justify it. You want to put your child out there to go to school? I want to say, please don't do it. If you don't love your child to that extent of protecting your child, you because you are on your own. We are on our own. Protection should start from home. And now the next will be women. They have already accused them of harboring Amber Boys. So you know what will happen? All mothers, if they listen to me, they are listening right now. Please let your sons not even leave the house anymore. And even when they are at home, they will still break the door and pick them up. Because how do you prove it's your son? How do you prove it's your son? He'll be gone. If they take your child and just take your child out of that house, you might never see your child again. So we have a real problem coming up. We should know how to protect ourselves.
Absolutely. So what do we do?
Protect yourself. Make sure
How do you
that
protect
you
yourself?
don't.
How do you protect yourself where when you don't even know where the bullet is going to be coming from? Because we don't really know. At this particular time, we don't know.
I am one person that I would always say that violence begets violence. It is so sad that we talk about, oh, lay your arms down, oh, let's have a dialogue, and then the dialogue. How many dialogues have they had? Three or two?
I don't know which dialogue. They never have no dialogue. Have they had a dialogue
Oh,
in Cameroon?
there was a dialogue that they were talking about, dialogue in Yaoundé, and they will not call the people that are lead the people that are really concerned. They will sideline them and pick the people that they wanted them to hear about the dialogue.
Dr. P, I want to say hello to my daughter. She's online. She said, hey, Dad. Hello, Alexa.
Oh, okay. Hi,
Say
Alexa.
hello to
She's so
Alexa.
pretty.
Yeah, yeah, she's pretty. Yeah, she's very smart. She's intelligent. Say hello to your brother, too. Go ahead, Dr. P.
So if you use violence as your arm to protest, and you are not even sure if you protesting peacefully, if you are not going to meet death, because they have shown you that your life doesn't matter. So people are now restricting themselves in going out to even speak because of
But
all the criminal and and all the military atrocities that they have put out there for fear, to create fear in us. Fear is one of the strategies that your enemy would
of
use.
course, they always use those fear tactics. They have been using it for
So the
years.
fear strategy, um, maybe they think is working. But let me tell you, if I am pursuing you, and by the time you stand and you start buying guns, those guns don't leave my arms, they don't leave my hand, because I am always alert that you also have a gun. So what happens? Buy more guns. Buy more guns.
But Dr. P, the problem is,
Because that's all we can do. They don't want to talk about this. They don't want to negotiate. How long does it take for people, after so many years, all these atrocities, and then we'll still talk peace? Is that how it goes?
they
Then
don't
we'll
know
still
anything
talk
about
peace.
peace.
Why is it that people don't see the trend of things and say, you know what, it did not work this time, it will not work this time. Let us talk peace right now, so that we avoid all this blood in the hands of people.
But seriously, what do you think we can do? Because it is about time to to speed up a little bit with the process that can bring in respect, that can human respect, human dignity. I mean, what do you think we can do at this
We,
particular time? Because this has been going on for 4 years. It's 5 years now, I might say, because it started in 2016 with the killings going on in the northwest and the southwest of the country. They blow down schools, hospitals, blow down houses, kill a lot of people,
We've seen
and
it
the
all.
killing is going on.
If they can do that, why do you think they cannot do that to your child that you are sending every day out there?
Exactly. But my question, no, I agree with you that this kids, these children should be careful. I don't think they
Convicted.
should be going to school over there. Seriously. I don't think they should be
Well,
going to school.
well, they feel like 4 years for children not going to school, they've lost their lives. But this is a real life they've lost right now. This is
But,
a real trauma. My
but
heart goes to all those children that witnessed this and other children that are young and growing up without understanding why their lives don't matter. I pray for those children. I wish we had a possibility, resources to start giving these children some counseling because these children are so traumatized.
yes,
So
there
traumatized.
definitely need some therapists to be talking to them because
We
psychologically
don't have those
they are not
resources.
steady.
We don't have them. And now the only thing we have to do is protect, protect, protect. Let's buy more arms and face our enemy because that's the language they understand.
No,
They
the
are
problem is
using
no,
it
you
on
cannot
us.
buy me arms,
We,
Dr. P. You see, the
well, it's
problem is
already in the hands of people.
Dr.
They
P.
are killing. How long will you sit and somebody is killing you, your children?
Yes,
Come
Dr.
on,
P, there are people that
come
want to
on,
ask you some
so
questions.
even if
Hello,
you don't want
audience.
to do it,
Dr. P, the audience will like to ask you some questions.
oh,
Audience, if you want to ask Dr. Pamela one or two questions, you're welcome to do so. Write your questions, I will post them and she will answer them to you. Okay? She'll definitely provide an answer. She's very open, she's very available, she's very nice, and she'll give us a few minutes of her time to answer your questions. So please go ahead and ask your questions, and your question will not be posted if you don't share. You have to share this presentation. Then the studio will post your question for Dr. P to see. Because if she doesn't see, she will not be able to answer. So you will not blame her if you ask a question and she doesn't answer. If she doesn't answer, it means the studio didn't post your question. And if the studio doesn't post your question, it means you failed to share the exchange. All right? So, Dr. P,
yeah.
now, what is the way forward? Because we really need to look forward. At this particular time, we have thousands of people that lost their lives, innocent people that did nothing to no one, that are no longer part of us. Now, the big question is with the little ones, a little number that is still alive, that is still out there not knowing what to do, what can we do?
The only see the state has a monopoly of violence. They have all the sophisticated weapons. They have trained soldiers. They have the resources. If they come and occupy your territory, your sovereignty is being violated, and they don't want to talk to you. All they do is violence. I think you also have to know that you have to protect yourself first
Mm-hmm.
and let the people that are ready to help to enhance that protection equip them to help to enhance the protection that you have. We have understood that we have to take control of our lives. We have to take control of everything that concerns us because they have the monopoly.
Dr.
And the
P,
first
Alexander
thing
has a question.
is,
Alexander has a question for you here. Can you read the question? You see it?
yeah, that we should return the fight to them, Dr. P. Absolutely, because they have refused to dialogue and they keep killing us. So if you want to protect, protection starts from home. And if you can stay home and you cannot go out there freely, then you need somebody to help keep the person that you are scared of so that the person can distract him, or instead of allowing that person to come and kill you, make sure fight for you. They are fighting for us. These same children they are killing, those are the same people that these boys and girls are sleeping in the bushes trying to protect, because La Republique doesn't care. And you can see it. You can see that they don't care. If they
Alexander, I
really,
hope
if they really had a little bit of compassion or empathy for lives, the kind of brutality that we have witnessed that the same people who say they are there to protect us are doing, then you should know that you are on your own.
our brother from India agree with you, Dr. P. This man is writing to us from India.
Oh,
Mignon, c'était le mignon.
okay.
He is one of the people that I receive here as guests some of the times.
Well,
He's
I
in
don't.
agreement with you.
A lot of people are sensitive to when you talk about,
Alexander said, thank you for clarifying.
if when you talk about, oh,
That's your daughter.
let's take violence to violence. Violence begets violence. If that's a language, then you have to speak it to.
There is another question for you, Dr. P.
Yes.
Yuri, my question for Doctor is this. Doctor, I heard you say to the Republic, I quote, let us talk about peace. When you say that, and seeing how the government has clearly shown what path they are willing to stay on, are you, as an Ambazonian intellectual, open to discuss with a leader who has the same vision as you?
There's a little bit of mix up in that question. The same vision
Exactly.
as
I
me.
thought so too. The
Yeah.
question, the question is
I'll
if
take the first part of the question. That
yes,
am I ready as an Ambazonian to get into any dialogue with anybody? Of
yes,
course, we have been asking for dialogue. We have been asking for dialogue,
for a long time.
and the dialogue has to be a transparent dialogue with with with
Inclusive dialogue.
I mean, open, that people can come up with a third party that is not biased.
Yes.
And you have the right to protect your sovereignty and protect your interests by asking the person you think can be fair in that negotiation table or on that negotiation table. And La Republique has never accepted that. They impose their dialogues, and their dialogues haven't worked because they want short plastic surgery or pacifying dialogues, but those dialogues don't work. Recently, I heard how much money they spent in a dialogue. They flew people from London, from England, Germany, all over America. People went, it was just a sham. That's not the dialogue we are talking about. Of course,
Yes.
we are ready for dialogue anytime. Who doesn't love peace, Nestor? Who loves this kind of senseless killing? But as long as they bring violence to us, we have the right to protect ourselves, because the international body has disappointed us. Everybody has said, you people are on your own. We are on our own, unfortunately.
But we have to do something. We in the diaspora, what can we do, Dr. P?
Support the people that need help. We should be able to make sure that those internally and externally displaced refugees are being taken care of in our own little way. The money that we can come up with to help families on the ground, the soldiers, the boys and girls that are fight, they've put their lives on the line, we give them the protection that they need to protect us, the resources that they need to protect us, because they are there for us. They are there for these children that have been killed. That's the purpose of their decision to put their lives on the line. It's for the same people that are being killed every day. And now they are targeting the mothers. So every mother listening, if you have a son who is maybe a teenager, you have to protect that son, because that son is now a target.
Dr. P, there are a few people that want to join the studio.
Oh,
So I just posted the link public for them to join.
oh
If they
yeah.
have a point to share with us, if they want to say something, the link is not public. All you need to do is to click on the link and launch, and the studio will accept you. But do not come in studio if you didn't share the presentation,
You are very,
because you are not going to be allowed in the studio if you didn't share the presentation. The communication we are having right now is a very important one. We are talking about our children, the children of Cameroon that were killed. They were killed by some people that happen to be known by some of Cameroonians. And we need to know the truth. Why children? Is it because you want to show to the international community that there is a group acting strange, or you are not doing it to maintain the temperature of intimidation within the country so that people will keep their head down? That's the big question.
yeah,
So,
but
for those of you who are willing to come and say something, make sure you share the presentation first, then request your entry to the studio, then we will allow you in. Dr. P, you wanted to say something?
yes, I want to say this, that a revolution is not new. We've seen revolutions, especially La République. Most of the politicians, the ministers, or those that are in power know what a revolution is. A revolution is not a bad thing.
Yes.
It is just the way the population expresses their anger about
Yes.
something that they don't like. Look at what is happening in Nigeria. And the
Yes.
government say, hey, can you guys give us a little bit of time? Let us take care of this. What happened in Cameroon when we had peaceful protests? They brought violence. Peaceful
Always.
protests. And they
Always.
refused to even listen. Nobody addressed it, even the head of state of La République, and saying that indivisible Cameroon could not talk to us. He refused. But let me say
Yes.
that a revolution is something that we all know. It has taken place in Africa.
Yes.
Many countries have
Yes.
have gone through a revolution. But
Yes.
it wasn't peaceful? No, it wasn't peaceful. In Tunisia, they had 338 people arrested, and they had so many deaths.
Yes.
In
Yes.
Egypt, they had so many deaths. They had
Yes.
846 people or more that were arrested, put in jail, and they had 1,200 deaths during that revolution.
Yes. Dr.
Algeria
P.
fought its own war. I know how many thousand people died in that war. Such a long war.
True. Dr. P. We have
So,
our body.
but didn't they have the independence? They had the independence. Even
True.
after all the violence that the government brings, or they still ended up having because when the people rise up, when
True.
the people rise up,
True.
there will be
Dr.
a total collapse of the system that La Republique is saying. Ambazonas have risen, and there will be a total collapse one day of the system that they are spending money keeping them to their corner to fight to protect their interests. If you can spend tens and tens of billions, think about how Egyptians ousted Mubarak.
Yes.
The police, there was a total collapse when the people they rise up on civil disobedience. The country will collapse, the system will
Yes.
collapse. That's the
True.
strength of a revolution.
True.
So it,
Dr. P. Dr. P. Let me welcome our two guests. We have two guests, one from India, one from Canada. Our buddy Wako Matson is joining us from India. Hello, Mr. Wako. How are you?
I'm very fine, brother Nana. Good morning for you. Here
Good
is
morning.
already 10 o'clock in the morning.
Good morning. I know that. I know it's morning for you. CJ, how are you? We are in Canada. Welcome back.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Welcome back.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
Good.
doctor.
Good. Good to have you guys around. So,
Good to have
Dr.
you.
P, let us allow them to share a word of two
Express themselves.
regarding what happened in Kumba. So let me start with our buddy CJ. CJ, what are your impressions? What do you have to share here?
First thing first, I want to say, well, doctor, I have to congratulate you on your strength. Just being able to stay calm as you are right now during this time. I can't even imagine how being right there must feel.
Thank you.
I honestly have to praise you for that. So
Very good.
I'm not sure what kind of strength you have right now, but
He's a tough
honestly,
cookie.
this
I've
is
known her for 20 years.
wow. I don't even know what to say. This is so my heart is crying. My heart is crying. This is it's hard to stay calm.
Yes.
I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know how to get angry. You know,
Terrible.
I don't know how to feel. Like, this is not something that you can imagine. Oh wow.
It is very
Yeah,
sad. Mr. Watko, how are you, my buddy? What
it
what
is.
are your
It
first
is.
impressions
It is.
regarding this situation in Kumba?
Allow me to say good morning or good afternoon for all our panelists who are there with us. Mr. Nana, what is happening in Kumba is not surprising me at all. It's not really surprising me at all. And when we are not going, I'm sorry, first of all, I'm a French speaker who is not too much learned, so I'm just trying the English.
Oh, you're doing good.
Very good, Dr. P.
The day we will understand exactly what is the situation in Cameroon, it will never take for us 1 month, not even 2 weeks to solve the problem. What is happening in Kumba today is just the door of entrance. We have a group, let me put it very clear in the low class language so that everybody listens. We have a boss who think that he owns Cameroon, and the name is France. I always say this. And he has his director who are put there to rule Cameroon, who are the Cameroon government. And all those groups, as you see, are the real theorists. They are not Cameroonian ruling Cameroon. Please, I want everyone to understand. It's a group of theorists. Right now, what they are trying to do is to remove, please pay attention on this, is to remove all population of Anglophone for that area by chase them away, by kill all of them, because they know that the government will then now, no matter what happens, that government will move. France will not handle Cameroon again. There will be no possibility. New generation are not ready to cooperate with them. So what they are trying to do, they are trying to sell, I mean it, they are trying to sell all the good part of Cameroon. They want to sell northwest and southwest because of fuel. France will not have chance to get the fuel again for the third government. So what they will do, they will buy the land. Like they have bought the land for East and sell for Chinese. Chinese are there now removing gold. The same way French people will come tomorrow after buy land in northwest and southwest, put a fence, and start now taking fuel. If we as Cameroonians cannot forget our, how they call it, our principle and go to the reality, we are going to fail. Let us be one and wake up. Wake up. When I say wake up, is to wake up and chase this government away. That is the only solution.
Yeah.
Dr. P, let me take a small break. Don't go nowhere, everyone. Stay there. Let us take a small break, and then we'll come back, Dr. P. Then you will react to what our body Wako just said. All right?
Okay.
Please don't go nowhere, please.
On behalf of the Nigerian military, I want to present to you to mark the formal withdrawal of our forces here, and I hope that at any given time you will see this and remember that at the end of the day, generals fight war, but they will obey instructions from their president. Thank you very much.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
That was just a small break because we have been talking for a while. So, Dr. P, what's your reaction to what our body from India just said?
Well, Mr. Wako, thank you very much. Even though you are so far away, you are still being current. That's the love that you have for your country, and I really applaud you for keeping that that feeling that you have for your country. And we are all feeling the same way too. But I want to also assure you that Ambazonians have reason to fall no more. We are the generation that you just referred that France cannot deal with. We are them. And in the beginning, it seems like a lot of us did not understand what a revolution was. We did not really know the sacrifice that we have to make. But I took time to read about what revolution is and what the countries that enjoy independence today, freedom of speech, freedom of the right to security, the right to for employment, and resources. You're feeling like that your life matter and you are living to your fullest of your potentials. They made a lot of sacrifices, lots of sacrifices, and they went through almost the same things that the trend that we are going through right now. But at the end of the day, they were triumphant. So we know, we already are convinced because of the right strategies and everything that we predicted is coming to pass. Only time will tell that these same people that feel that they can oppress us would come to realize they just cannot. We are 8 million. They've just killed about 20,000. So think about how many more to kill. So we are ready. We've said until the last man standing. But a lot of times people would say, oh, you know what? There's infight. There's of course we disagree to agree. But the best fight you should allow, make your neighbor know is that you can fight with your brother. But that same brother, when he's being attacked, you and your brother will fight the neighbor. And that's where we are right now. It's not even going to get better. It's going to get worse, and then it will come. And unfortunately, it has to go through this trend that lots of lives and resources will be wasted. And then at the end, they will talk peace. We all know. We've seen it in other countries. Why should people wait until all this is being spent and then they talk peace? 4 years. 4 years.
It's more than 4
Nobody
years.
could
Because you
believe
have 16,
that.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah, nobody could believe we could stand a war for 3 months. They had already given it. Oh, they cannot fight a war. But like you said, Brother Wako, when people are hopeless, their lives don't matter even to them anymore. Because if you see the situation of some of those fighters, they don't take showers, they don't eat for days, they don't sleep on any bed, they sleep on leaves, they sleep because they eat wild animals. Either the animals kill them or they kill the animals. That's their lives for 4 years today. How many of them have fallen? Some people we don't even see. You and I don't see what people do that we don't, it's not documented. They bury some people alive. What La Republique is doing in Ambazonia today. But I know they'll be accountable. They'll be held accountable. This generation, no more. We cannot. They've done this for so many years. I was growing up seeing my neighbor's father coming home. It was a big celebration. He had spent 20 years in jail for talking about SCNC. Just talking about it. That's the fear they put on us. Did they ever believe that children would stand against a whole government with no idea how to hold guns? This is a thing that we never knew how to do it. But today, we are happy to talk about it. We are proud to say we are defending ourselves. If we don't defend ourselves, who defends us? These are the same children they go about. Do you know they killed more than 48 children in Batibo a couple of months ago, threw them in rivers? Children were floating like balloons. Children, those lives of those children, as important as this life of these children in Kumbada were killed. Every life matters. Every life is a life. Nobody has the right to take away that life. That person did not give life to that person. Nobody.
So,
But we
doctor,
in war.
yeah, sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering, because my thought process is, like I said, I don't even know how to get angry right now at this point, because I'm still under the impression that this is something that can happen tomorrow and the next day again. So for me to be able to even cope or start looking forward, I need us to talk about how to stop this. How can we end this? That's why I asked the question in the group earlier, because just keep talking or just keep listening to you, all it's doing is pissing me off more and more. And I don't want to get angry without knowing exactly who to get angry at. I know the broad idea is that we have to accuse like the government. It's personally, I feel like they're 99.9% responsible of what's going
That's
on.
it. That's what I was about to say, CJ. We know who is responsible. It's the
I
government.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. But we need to figure out a way to bring them accountable. We need to figure out a way to force them to own up to their mistake. Because right now, the more we talk, the less it's like it's gonna go through wars before it gets better. And I feel like today in the 21st century, we don't have to repeat the same error that previous revolution did. We don't have to let all this killing happen before we start looking toward peace or start talking toward reconstruction. So how about we start thinking, how can we move forward in the right direction? How can we turn this thing around 180? The government clearly doesn't want to talk. They clearly say that they're going to keep fighting until the end of whatever it is that they think they're going to end. So knowing that that option it's a no-go, what is the other route we can go? That's why I asked, like, if because I am not there, you are on the ground. That's why I wanted to ask you this question. Do you think you are willing, or people like you, there are people like yourself that are willing to talk to someone else? Because there's no point of sitting here and saying that whenever the government is ready we'll talk. Because why wait for more people to get killed? Why do we have to wait for a government that is already showing his
We
income?
cannot afford to wait for government anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We can't keep saying that the government. Sorry, pardon my friend, but screw them. They're not doing anything. They clearly show that this is none of their concern. So, do you think that if some, because I'm saying this because Camto has been advertising for a talk for I can't even know how long. So if there are people that are willing to at least sit around the table and figure out how to move forward. Is this something that Ambazonian or moderate intellectual people like yourself are willing to consider as a way to get out of this, or to at least put a pause on this until we see a better way?
Dr. P, before you answer that question, I want to welcome our buddy Ndi from South Africa. Ndi, welcome.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi there.
Jane. How you doing?
Ndi, you're coming from South Africa. Are you there, right?
Yeah. I look
Very
fine.
good. That's our buddy. Okay, Dr. P, you want to respond
Yeah,
to
I
the
want to just give a little clue to what CJ is bringing up, which is very important. CJ, all of us want peace. I want peace, like 380 degrees. Turn it around
Right.
right now, 360 degrees. Turn it around right now. Spin it as fast as you can. Overhaul the hand of clock and bring peace now. But we know also that this regime that we are dealing with is a regime that is very senseless. They are very insensitive when it comes to protecting their interests. And we have said we want a dialogue. They have been talking about dialogue. And if the dialogue is not approached the right way, the stakeholders are not represented. You are talking dialogue with the same people who want to hear the same thing that you know is not right.
No, I'm not talking dialogue with the government. That is, I will be foolish, or I don't even know how stupid to expect that
So
at
if
this
if
point.
I if I understand,
Right.
the dialogue is coming, is it's an approach that we will let's just term it a ceasefire. When
But
when two people are fighting, a
right,
third person comes to separate them, right?
exact.
Okay. And now they say, okay, you lay down your arm. If they have arms, you lay down your arm. That's what they did in North and South Korea.
Correct.
and they put a zone. Nana was there with me. I lived in South Korea for more than 17 years.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So we know the DMZ zone. That's how they come in to solve a war. This war has gone past this kind of language like, oh, because the other person cannot come to the table to talk, I'll lay my arms. When I lay my arms down, what have I given to that person to do? If I lay my arms down, if I'm fighting with you and I lay my arms down, what do I think you should do when I already know my life doesn't matter to you?
Shooting.
It's gonna be worse. So we just want a third party to come and say, you know what, both of you lay your arms down, let's come down to the top. This is a line you don't cross. Who are occupying, who are on the stage?
Can you give me a chance 1 minute, please?
We are on the siege. Ambazonians on the siege. It's a military zone. It's a military zone. I don't think there are 10 Ambazonians in La Republique that have ever raised a problem in the neighboring country that has raised a problem to say that they have taken the war to Yaoundé. I've never heard of it. But if you go even to that Kumba, where this atrocity occurred, within 10 minutes drive, there are more than 6 gendarmerie and police posts. Everywhere you go, they tell me, I am not in Cameroon, but everywhere you go, you find an army vehicle. People are we are on the siege. How do you lay? Who is strong? They have the monopoly. The governments have monopoly.
Yes. Dr. P, I want to let our Borinji to weigh in.
Yeah, let Borinji talk. I think he's more knowledgeable about that than me.
He's in South Africa. He's working very hard for our country, representing Cameroon there. Good brain, good manners. G, you have the floor, buddy.
You know, guys, I'm confused. I feel like I don't know what to say. It's so hard. It's so hard.
It's hard. No.
It's not the first time, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to stop always talking, you know.
Yes.
Go to the street. I'm really disappointed about French side. Why? Because it's so simple for them to use hashtag for 1 day, 2 days, start crying on social media, you know. And after that, you remember Garbu, it was the same.
Yes.
And what happened? Until now, nothing. I think so.
Yes. But so, everything has an end, though. For me, I'm not giving up. I don't
want to think about all this kind of shit. No. There is the matter. We have to resolve that matter. You know? And I'm not going to say, let's call the international community for this. Even all of Cameroonian people, they can resolve this problem. We have to force the reform to open the inclusive dialogue. That is the, for me, is the key, is the solution for this problem. You remember in les FARC en Colombie.
In Colombie.
Ce n'est pas possible de gagner. Que ce soit du côté de nos frères, qui ont des revendications, à un moment donné,
we are having challenge listening to you because it looked like we are. Yes, you're listening to something there.
Let me close my other laptop.
Please, that's what you need to do. Now, you know, this is the situation with this audience. Cameroon is a bilingual country. When we speak English, you don't see a lot of people. When we speak French, you see tons of people listening. That's one of the issues.
That's very sad.
And we don't have to continue to accept that.
That's very
We don't
sad.
have to continue to accept that. We have to continue our program in English.
Yes. No, I'm just talking about the audience. You know,
we are bilingual.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, G.
Okay. So as I was saying, who is going to win this war? You get what I'm saying?
You're still coming back. You didn't stop the laptop though.
What's going on?
I'll let you fix it. In the meantime, I'll let Mr. Wardco weigh in a little bit. My brother Wardco, you wanted to say something earlier.
Yeah. Welcome back, Mr. G, my partner. I will like Dr. Pamela and the brother who have just come to know that me, I always like to go on the point. And the point this time is this. Let us stop always say this one I've done it, this one I've done this, and go for the solution. And the solution here, listen, Anglophone have choose to take gun to chase away Paul Biya, which is not a bad thing. Now it's going 4 years. Mr. Maurice Kamto have choose to take law. Now it's going 2 years. And all those times, citizens are dying and seriously dying. Now the third option, which I think is the best, let us forget about dropping gun or whatever, is for all people to unite in one and go outside there and chase away those criminals. When Amazonia, when Northwest and Southwest, they fight Paul Biya alone, they will never succeed. When MRC fight this government alone, they will never succeed. Any group who will fight alone will never succeed. Trust me for that. But if all of us, Anglophone people, they move from Southwest, they join with Bameleke and Douala, and then we move. Population is the one who chase this government away. And after put the government down, we sit down now and say, okay, now what to do? There is no other things to do. This government is too powerful. They have all the resources to stand for anybody who want to come against them. They have the army. They have European. They have all international community with them. So it's for us, poor population, to wake up and say they cannot longer kill my brother. When we take time, we sit on television like this and talk. It's very good. But someone is losing his brother somewhere. Someone is losing his daughter, his son, his father somewhere. We can say, we can handle this war even for 20 years. Yes, but someone will lose his daughter. Someone will lose his son somewhere. So let us be united and go outside there peacefully and chase those people away from our government.
I got your point. My body indeed. Is your system better now? Your microphone is off. Indeed, your microphone is off.
Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. So as I was saying, Wanko is right. You get what I'm saying?
You always agree with me all the time anyway.
Yeah, because we have the same vision. Anglophone and Francophone for me is the bad legacy from colonization. And we are
but you're still coming back. You are still coming back. I don't know why. You have something open.
I don't know really what's going on. Is it my phone or what?
No, it's like an iPad or a computer that is playing those shows.
He's probably still on Facebook too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Are you on Facebook?
No, I close it.
You close it? Okay. But you are coming back to us.
What's going on?
You're coming back to us.
Or maybe I have to sign up.
my
Doc-
account.
While Bagandi is trying to
yes,
arrange his,
let Dr. P react as you are fixing
yeah,
your
while he's
system.
trying to get his set himself up well. But what you said something, it made real much sense. Civil resistance. When we have a civil resistance, that is what makes a revolution very short. Where
But
everybody goes
somebody
home.
asked Dr. P, I think you're having an issue with that too.
No, maybe then it's from your side.
Mr. Wako, what happened to you? I think it's you now.
No, I'm okay.
Hold on. Don't worry. I'll know who is having it. Dr. P. Dr. P,
Yes.
say it again.
Yeah. What I'm saying is civil resistance.
It was Mr. Wako. I just mute his microphone. He says, okay, you're playing
Yeah.
two things. Our body left the studio.
It's
What
the
are you doing, Mr.
civil.
Wako? Why are you doing that? You did it. Go ahead, Dr. P.
It's civil resistance, like you rightly said. It makes a
Yeah.
revolution like it was in Tunisia, 28 days. In Egypt, 18 days. Once the population goes to the street in a massive resistance, all authoritarian governments that you think they are stable and strong, they have very shallow roots. They will be done within a very short time. But how do you convince people to do mass demonstration without the fear of being killed? Because all these countries I have mentioned, I took time to understand the revolution, but they made the sacrifices. All the governments were very cruel. Algerians lost 336 people, many 6,000 plus injured. Egyptians, they lost 836, 30 something people, 1,200 arrests. Are we ready to sacrifice? Are you ready to go to a demonstration and put your chest out for them to shoot? That's the fear those governments put in us. But they are very shallow. They have very shallow roots. Most of those authoritarian governments, you think they are stable? They spend a lot of money buying the military or the police to be on their side, but their roots are so shallow. You only us, like you rightly said, Brother Waku, we can take them out within a very short time. You see the population that came out when Kamto came out before the last house.
Let me show you that population. Let me show that population right now. Don't worry.
That's what we are talking about.
I'll show it to you right now. Hold on 1 second.
The Republic was
We will come back. Dr. P will come back and then we'll let our brother G weigh in. But I want to share the population that you're referring to.
So
people that are watching us right now, so they know what you're talking about.
L'homme qui appelle le Cameroun à être meilleur. Est-ce qu'on peut applaudir?
Saluer
Here we go. That's the population you are
Wow.
referring to, Dr. P.
That's the kind of population, civil resistance. But how do you convince such a population to stay without being having a leader? So the first thing they do is take out their leader, put him under house arrest, and kill a few people to put fear on the population. It's
True.
just a simple strategy. But you know what? It's not gonna work at this time anymore. It's not gonna work because you suppress the people for so long. At one point, it's just like you adding an explosive in a bottle. It's gonna explode one day, and we are waiting to see that explosion coming to take place very soon. Because you see, most of those governments, those authoritarian governments, you look like they are stable. They are very well established, but they have very shallow roots. Once the population say we don't want you, there's no more. They will not stand there. France will be calling them. Everybody, America will stand up. England will stand up like, oh no, 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 no. We cannot, because those people they leave their offices. They don't work. They go every day. You do that. Algerians, Tunisians did that for 28 days. So it's not a walk in the park.
Even Sudan.
Yeah, so let's look at where we are right now for 4 years. Um, we are we have leaders who are talking to people to intervene. Hopefully, within the next couple of months or years, we'll be able to have. South Africa is presiding over the um, African Union. Um, Hopefully since they are the presiding country, they are going to put Cameroon on the table. Our neighbors have refused to do that, but now we are trying to lobby that they should do that so that they can start deliberating on the Ambazonia issue. If La Republique and Camto, they has his own problem with La Republique for usurping his presidency or his election, his power, then they will talk about that. But Ambazonia issue should be on the table right now. And we just have to keep lobbying because
Okay.
there's no turning back.
Our Bodinji wanted to share a word. Now his system is very good. Your microphone is working very well, Nji. So you can go ahead and say whatever you want to say.
Let me read something.
Yes.
Just a few minutes.
Yes.
Mongo Betty used to say this in French. La province anglophone, désormais, au moins virtuellement en état de sécession, une tension quasi irréversible monte peu à peu entre cette province et l'État Bia, avec son appareil répressif et ses conseillers franco-catholiques suicidaires. Elle risque de déboucher sur un bain de sang. Mongo Betty, lettre ouverte au Cameroun, aux Camerounais, 1986.
Wow.
You know why I decided to read it?
Yeah.
Because most of the time when in Cameroon you are talking, when you try to say the truth, people will say, this guy, he wants to destabilize the country. That's how they are.
Yes.
I remember even Joseph Wilber. Doctor,
Yes.
you know Joseph Wilber?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honorable Wilber.
Honorable Wilber. I want to put his video. Just a few minutes, please.
Sure.
Cameroon, people are playing.
Show it on your camera, buddy. No, we cannot hear you. Your microphone is mute. Go ahead.
And that is why we are saying that there are.
He described everything 4 years before. And no one decided to listen to this guy.
Yeah, of course. Cameroon has its pattern. They'll never listen. They'll never listen.
Those Francophone people, because the legacy from Francophone is like oppression, they never want to dialogue with people.
No.
The head of state is very long. I'm going to stop there. The head of state, he failed his duty. This is the reason. And let's stop talking too much. If our people they have the conviction about what happened in Northwest and Southwest in Cameroon, they have to go to the street. All of them, not a few people. You get what I'm saying? Our
Yes.
situation is very complicated because the same United Nations, they are the one who put us inside this trouble. If you go back like 70 years before, I can't say Francophone and Anglophone is a good legacy. I can't. It's not possible to defend this kind of legacy. It's a colonization. Do you want to build a country according to this kind of legacy, or you really want to look yourself like a black people and let's build the country together? But we can build the country when we are marginalized our people. Me, I'm from Congo. You know, Congo is town. It's like we are bordered to Memphis, not Memphis, sorry, to Lebialem.
Lebialem.
My village is bordered to Lebialem. We speak the same modern town. You know what I'm saying? So people want every day lot of things. Their regime will fail. And there is no country in Cameroon, just people who are working for their own interest. And now, what are we going to do? Still crying, talking too much, or take our responsibility? This is the question. Yes, people are going to say, let's call international community. All those people, they are doing their business. They are doing their business. Julius Malema yesterday, he did a speech about the Cameroon issues. And he said, French government is the one who support that despot Biya because of their interest in the Northwest and Southwest region. This is the business. Let's be honest. So it's a time for us, for everyone in Cameroon. Stop saying hand Anglophone crazy. Let's go to the street. We chase out this government and we have to open the inclusive dialogue, talk with people, because no one is going to win this war. No one. Yesterday I was on Twitter, like I wrote there, so there this guy, how do you call him, and he said the head of state had to fight the terror. So no one knows who did this atrocity. No one.
There is someone that has a question. I would like my buddy Wako to answer this question. What about targeting members of parliament? They have no use. We should devote a day and protest in front of their houses. That's a Who want to answer that question?
I think that's a waste of
to
time.
answer the question.
Dr. Brown?
Wako should answer the question.
Okay. Who want to answer?
Wako should answer.
Okay, go ahead.
Wako.
Wako. Your microphone is off. Hold on. Let me unmute you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Wako.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
That question, I've been expecting that question year by year. And you and me, we have talked about it. And when you go to my page, Wako Matson or Mignon Cité Mignon, you see all that. You saw what happened to Brenda in Paris.
Yes.
Now you see that Brenda get concerned for what is happening in Kumba. She start treating.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
She did.
Nice.
Yeah, she did. She did 3 times, and she said she's tired for all this nonsense happening in Cameroon. Too much killing. What I'm trying to say is this. When I will say that we forget about talking on TV and go into action, it's not that we are going to carry gun and kill everybody. Those children who die in Kumba, what children for minister are doing in United States?
Who?
What children for minister, governor, and all this bullshit are doing in university in Europe when our children are dying in school, shooting by them? That is what we are talking about. If we want to take away this government, it's just 2 minutes. When you see the wife for Tanganji in the market, everybody behind her, ooh, she will go back tell her husband, this story has taken another level. When you see children in the restaurant eating, you come with picture for children the parents have killed and brand front of her and front of her friend. Humiliated them everywhere, disturb them everywhere. That is what we are talking about. That is our fight.
But listen, I am on Brenda account on Twitter right now. I don't see anything about Kumba. She didn't mention any Kumba.
Sorry, yeah, she did.
No,
I'm telling it to you.
No, I have a tweet of 8/19. She said, she wrote this in French. Let me read it in French for you. Ceux qui sont morts hier avaient des projets pour ce matin et ceux qui sont morts ce matin avaient des projets pour ce soir. Ne prenez pas la vie pour acquise. Pardonne, prie et aime de tout cœur. Vous n'aurez peut-être plus cette chance. She didn't mention Kumba. She didn't show any compassion.
No, go to Brenda officiel. Go to Brenda officiel.
Okay, I'll go to Brenda official. You know, I like evidence. So, Dr. P, what do you think about that?
She did it. She did it.
About what?
About this.
All this is happening in the country.
No, not this happening in the country. About this person saying that. What about targeting members of parliament? They have no use. We should devote a day and protest in front of their houses.
I was even surprised when they let Cabral be in Paris street. I was really surprised.
Of course.
He's nobody.
Brother, I'm begging you again in the name of God. I'm praying for Anglophone, Northwest and Southwest citizens to join. This one is the truth. To join the person who is ready to put their face to face and chase them away. To join the resistance, and then we chase this man away. After chase them away, we sit down. If Northwest and Southwest want to take their independence, we sit down and talk. We have no time to get again more children or parents die.
And you said it yourself, Doctor. Divided, there's no way we're going to stand a chance against them.
Not at all.
There's no way. So everyone that already seen that.
We can organize the referendum. So
exactly. So the first thing we should focus on chasing them, like every single one of them. And when I say them, I'm not talking.
I just checked her Twitter account on Brenda Official. She has 2. I didn't find anything mentioning Kumba.
Can we talk about something important right now?
Yes. Dr. P, go ahead.
Please, I want us to talk about how the strategy of getting this peace that we are talking, stopping this barbaric killing, this violence, and Brother Wako, Brother CJ, Brother Andy, they are in the essence of us getting a ceasefire.
Yes.
The earlier, the better. How are we going to go about it? Is it by chasing individual people, or is it chasing governments or international bodies to intervene? Is it which approach?
Let's forget about international body. Let's forget international body.
We have to lead the international intervention because
is it us getting civil resistance?
Civil resistance, I think, is the only way at this point.
Okay. I think now that's one thing that when we come together, we start looking at, we agree on certain things, and then we see how we can implement it. And I applaud every one of us because it shows that we all have the interest and we are all looking forward to peace. Right. Nobody loves violence.
Nobody.
And not me. But if you are dealing with a monster like La Republique, they have a pattern that has been there for the past more than 60 years. And that pattern we know. So let us look for a way of getting what we want.
Yes.
Because actually, violence begets violence. And right now we are in the resistance. We are resisting the violence brought to us by La Republique. We cannot chase them back to La Republique. Only a third party can do that. So how do we get about it is what we should start maybe having more dialogues and understanding is the way forward. But up to now, it has been very difficult.
I think
True.
personally,
So
no,
while waiting, we have the right to protect our innocent civilians.
True. I mean,
So
the truth is, we as Cameroonian, no matter where you are, whether you're Ambazonian or Cameroonian or whatever you want to call yourself, we are all in chains right now. And we can, if we agree that the people that killed the children in Kumba were civilian, it will mean that we don't have enough police officers and gendarmes spread around the country to provide security to citizens. But the unfortunate reality is we have Professor Kamto at his residence in Yaoundé. His house is circled by the mixed forces, gendarme and police. You have a lot of people there with tanks and big weapons, not allowing him to go in and out, and not allowing anyone to go in and out of his house. It's like in jail in his own house. So before we even say anything about the security of Cameroonian, which is weakening by the poor management of the government forces, I would like to play a video just to introduce who is Professor Kamto, so that we know that this person that is being abused by this regime wants to save a part of our land. He brought Bakassi to us. He raised the flag of Cameroon on Bakassi.
before you show the video, Nestor,
Yes, Dr.
let me
Brown.
just chip in this
Yes.
to tell Brother CJ that this is Kamto who said you don't bring violence protests. Protest is a civil right, right?
Mhm.
You don't need guns. You don't need armory to fight a regime that
Correct.
is already having a monopoly of violence.
Correct.
Why is he under house arrest?
That's the big question. Let us come back to that.
You
Dr.
saw the demonstration, the civil resistance that he was putting up. It was very peaceful, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So
Yes.
why are you putting somebody on house arrest who has no arms?
That's the big question, Dr. P. Let us come back to that question.
Okay.
Just to tell you, they don't understand any language.
Holy, when we come back, CJ, you will have the floor to answer that question from Dr. P.
With pleasure.
Absolutely.
On behalf of the Nigerian military, I want to present to you the mark the formal withdrawal of our forces here, and I hope that at any given time we'll see this and remember that at the end of the day, generals fight war, but they obey instructions from their president.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
Here we go. We are back. We are back. So, CJ, you have the floor. You had the question. The question was to you.
Okay. Doctor, that's a very good question that you asked. And that's question I'm going to answer this by saying that that's the exact reason why I think we should all unite. The pacific protest that Mr. Kamto is proning, it's obviously because he's a pacifist. But even him is saying that we need to up that a little bit. And the thing that is pissing me off the most is that what the boss did in France recently with Brenda Bia, and even with the
minister.
the minister at the church.
Yeah.
I think that's
my sister.
That is. Oh, that's I kind of know of her, so yeah, that's your sister. That's correct. Right. Sorry to laugh, but I think that is what civil resistance is, and I think that's what we can do. And I am hoping that we can start doing that all over the world. We need to show those people that we don't want them anymore anywhere else. That they need to start looking at us as equal. They need to start feeling they need to be empathic. They need to start feeling what people are feeling every day. And the thing that is pissing me off is that when the boss is doing that, I keep hearing certain people saying that we shouldn't take that fight to family or to things like that. And it shocked me. Like they've been doing that they're doing that to everyone's family. So we should just keep doing it to their family until they understand that we want to talk, that no one is happy. So I honestly believe that pacific resistance, as long as it's coordinated and everyone is doing it, it can work. We just need to keep pushing and keep pushing until they break. And they will break. They're not superhuman. No matter what power they have. Like those soldiers, they have family too. Then like why are they allowed to go out, do all those things, or go on TV, say all those things, and then walk back to their house? Why are people letting them do that? That's the part that I'm like, wow. They go on TV and then they say all those things, and then when someone wants to talk back, they say, oh no, this is my role. I'm supposed to say that. No, like I don't know, but honestly, yeah.
this government, they fear too much, you know.
I
If
know
you have
that.
5,000 people outside, we can chase them away. It's possible.
Of course, it's possible. Of course.
Live like individualism. When they have what to eat, to drink, they drink and they sleep. Me, I think
Because it's easy.
anymore in Cameroon. If you guys you don't want to fight for your freedom, you will stay slave. That's how it is.
But that,
So
we can't just keep saying that, Donji. Like what they did in France. No, look.
Okay.
I disagree. I don't think we should say that they have to fight. We have to fight too, because it's still our country as just as equal as them.
I am not like we gave up. We didn't.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that, like, here, I am ready. Man, I'm in Ottawa. I'm not sure if there are people from that government here, but I am willing to find people that will go start making them uncomfortable too. No, don't laugh, Nestor. That is true.
I believe you. I believe you.
Really true.
Call me. I'll be with you.
TJ, I
That's
believe you.
really true.
Because
Oh, yeah.
what they did in France, what the BAS is doing, we should do
Did you
that
see-
every single where.
DJ, you are very right. Kudos to you. Did you see the women, the ladies that were there? Did they look like they were miserable?
No,
They are. You look at them; they are well stable, and
of course.
they are living a life. They
It's
have
a mindset.
but they
It's a
decided
mindset.
to leave their comfort to go and make a point.
Yes.
You know the
I have
courage
to take-
that takes.
True. I know
I have to take a day off.
before.
Let me tell you one thing. When you read the Cuban Revolution, Castro, he said he needs just 5 committed people.
Yes.
Just 5.
Yes.
Because we have understood that one of the patterns that French colonies use is bribery, corruption. They buy people and they make them go against themselves. So they put us in an in-house fight, like they have done for the past years.
True.
Those infiltrators. And one of those, you can't blame them because they don't have the heart, they don't have the dedication, the commitment. They think they do, but the power of money and influence. The affluence of money is so strong that if you have not really decided to commit yourself, you'll easily be swayed. So for people who understand revolution, they'll know that it is not everybody, it is a marathon. It is a marathon. It's not everybody that starts off that ends will go to the finish line.
That's true.
So we just need some committed people in this Ambazonia struggle. We understand the path to peace, but if your opponent doesn't want a path to peace, then you look for other ways to protect yourself, to protect your sovereignty until the person gets to understanding. Hopefully, like I said, maybe one of these a couple of months to come, hopefully we'll get somebody, since South Africa is presiding in the African Union this time, they're going to put Ambazonia issue on the table and bring in somebody that the both sides will be comfortable, have a demilitarized zone and have a peace talk and put down your arms and peace, because there will be always peace must come. There will always be peace, whether it takes 100 years.
No, it will come, doctor. But I kind of have the feeling that you still talking about separation. Me, I want to, like, because when you say bring out a third party, that's basically saying that you automatically opposing Ambazonian to the government
now, right? We are
right. Those are the people fighting.
We are resisting. They brought the war. They brought violence, and so we are protecting ourselves, right?
100%, 100%.
So how do you want to separate a fight if you don't talk to the 2 people fighting or 3 people?
But what you forgetting is that Ambazonian is not the only one fighting the government at this point, and that's what I keep trying to say. You can't, like, we need to all fight this government because they're all oppressing all of us.
Exactly.
Like, we are all being oppressed at a different level, yes, but we, at the end of the day, and what is starting, and I'm seeing ahead, because things that are starting to happen in Yaoundé, that's how it started in the northern and southern zone too. So if we don't think ahead of time, we are going to have southers and northwest all over Cameroon. And that's what I'm saying, that if there's a way for even you as yourself to look at this solution as us as a Cameroonian or as people that want a place that we can call our own to be safe against a certain group of a government that is oppressing all of us. That is how we need to all unite to fight them. Because saying that we want to separate Amazonian and the because I feel kind of I feel like you're giving up on me when you say that. That's how I feel.
Why are you feeling like that, brother?
Because you already consider yourself a different part
where
from me.
Where are you from? Which province are you from?
I'm from the West. But
okay.
For me,
but do you know about the Southern Cameroons?
Well, in the history of Cameroon,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie and say that I know as much as maybe
so
I should.
I don't blame you. I don't question your ignorance, but go and find out about that. I don't question your ignorance, and I wish you. That's a history that was.
Will you allow me 1 minute, doctor?
Okay. Yes.
I want to just easily clarify what CJ is trying to say. Doctor, I like the way you talk. I really appreciate everything. But the only point we want to make you understand, we want to make Amazonia understand, is that your wish cannot be accomplished if their government still rule the Cameroon. We agree totally with your thinking, with your position. We agree 100%. But for you to achieve that dream, their regime have to go first. And if their regime don't go, there is no any dream for anybody in Cameroon. And for Bia to go, this is what we have to do. Let us not behave like church. One side you have Muslim praying the same God, you have Christian praying the same God, you have Catholic, you have Protestant, and at the end of the day, it's crime we see everywhere. We are all fighting Paul Biya. What we are trying to say is that when Bas start his action, you have to be the first person to go outside there and ask people to support the action of Bas. When you get your action, government, I have to be the first person to go outside there, support your action. When MRC made his action, we have to be the first to go outside there, support and participate for all those actions. Without unification, we will not go anywhere. After take away this criminal, now you and me, we can sit down and say what happened in 1960. And then we open the book and we talk about it, we seriously discuss about it. Let us not find ourselves in a situation whereby you will be fighting, government will come to kill you today. Tomorrow me, I come also on my own way. Government come and kill me. But if you and me, we go on one, then we run away. And therefore, we sit down. If you want to take your way, then now you can take your way. Help me. We just asking you to help us to transport their away. And you are asking us also to help you transport their away. So let's unite, take him away. Let's forget about this story for La Republic and Amazonia.
We need to
transport their government away, and then we bring back the topic of La Republic and Amazonia.
But we need to allow Dr. P to react. Dr. P, if you don't want to react now, Nji wanted to say something. You want to react or you want to listen to Nji first before reacting?
Well, I think Brother Nji should say something then, because
okay, Nji, I saw you bringing your finger up.
Yeah, as black people, I just want to add about what Matson's saying. We have to stop thinking if we want to fight for something.
You agree with what got too much? G.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
He says you agree with Wagner too much.
No,
Go
no.
ahead.
Just one topic.
Maybe because it's a fact.
Okay. Go ahead,
And
G.
what we call the commit. You get what I'm saying? So it's black first, black
Yes.
legacy first, black
Yes.
culture first.
Yes.
So for me, most of the time, I'm really disappointed when people want to do the strike or to reivindicate something.
Yes.
We say we are reivindicate maybe the British legacy because we used to be a British colony. You get what I'm saying? This is the 21st century. Colonization was the worst thing after the slavery. So before 1916, we were the same. That's why I say, like me, I don't consider myself like a French guy or English guy. You get what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I think
But
that
you were born in the French part of Cameroon.
yeah, we
Okay.
failed to build a nation in Cameroon. This is the
No, the
question.
government failed. The government failed.
Yeah, the government failed. But I want to say all of us citizens, we grow up with bad information about who we are. You get what I'm saying? We have to change those people and we sit down, we dialogue together. But if you really want to go forward as a country, let's forget about we are francophone, we are anglophone. There is not possible to separate ourselves every time. Look what happened in Sudan. When they separated Sudan, it's still going on. People are still fighting in South Sudan. Have you ever been to Juba? I have friends who are from Juba. But when they start describe what happened in Juba, it's just crazy. So at the same time, people who support the regime are French. At the other side, you have UK, you have United States. All those people, they will never like black people. Let's be honest. This is the truth. And if you want to make Africa great, stop thinking that to make the war, we are going to say no. We have to fight because we have our legacy. We are like that. No. Anglophone is not the culture. Francophone is not the culture. No. There is a problem. People are dying. How are we going to resolve it? People fail duty.
But we can say that. We can say at Francophone, we can say all we want. We can try to normalize. We can try to bring humanism in. But the truth is, this government has not been fair to Cameroonian. They treated Anglophone like less than citizens. There's no question about it.
You are right.
And Anglophones are very angry. They are rightfully so. They wanted to Francophonize the Anglophone. We know that for sure.
All right.
And you cannot ask somebody that has been using his right hand to write for 30 years. You cannot ask him to switch hand and start writing it with the left hand. That is not
It's
honest.
not possible.
So, I'm just trying to say it.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I know you have good intention. Listen, I know for sure that you have good intention. I'm not going to question your intentions here. We are just talking for people watching us. You know, I know you, everyone here, you, CJ, Walco, and Dr. P, we all love our country. Dr. P, I've known Dr. P for more than 20 years. Trust me. She's an Amazonian, but she's my sister. She is me. I'm telling you. Don't listen to that Amazonian part. But Dr. P, I'll give you the floor.
Yeah, I just want to crave for your indulgence that we are driving this conversation out of a topic of mourning right now, and yes. I know we are all emotional.
Yes.
I just want to ask us to put this for another day.
Yes.
Let us keep our mourning attitude. Our minds are really not straight right now, and we are all very emotional.
True.
So I will ask that our moderator sets a day for us to debate on this. We are always disagree to agree, right?
Yes, absolutely. Of
course. So let's just keep it calm.
Yes.
So we keep the morning atmosphere. Because
you like to calm too much. You are too calm.
Yeah.
But I want us to.
I hope, Brother Andy, you understand, Brother CJ, Brother Waco, right?
Yeah, because
No, you don't understand, man.
Ah?
Today I'm not
I
fine.
said, Dr. P, you like this. Listen, I want you to weigh in. I want everybody here to say something because the president-elect has been in house arrest since September 18. He's in house arrest. You have a whole battalion in front of his house, in front of his residence. What are they doing there when we need security in the country? They are killing children. Where is the police? Where are the gendarmes? They are at the president-elect house in Yaoundé. So I want everyone to tell me what the heck is going on.
Well, like I said earlier, that is a prelude to what happened in the Northwest, in Southwest, all over again.
Exactly.
And we need to find a way not to let it happen, because that will just mean that the whole country already went into a whole other phase. And we will be very stupid as people to allow that to happen. So, civil resistance, that is the only way out of it. We cannot, and like the doctor say, it is not a one-day thing. It's a whole continual. Once we start pressing, we need to keep pressing until they break. And that is not a one-person thing. We need everyone to realize that, or to realize who our enemy is. We are all like the thing that are going on in Cameroon. Damn, I am ashamed to talk to my friends from other African country. I feel so, it is so embarrassing. It is so embarrassing. Like, how do you explain that to someone? And oh my gosh. And you see people on TV trying to tell you how he trying to start an insurrection. Like, what the someone else just talk. I don't know.
Well, I have something to add to this. And I want to say, Brother CJ, don't give up. Don't let this, what you see today, discourage you. Keep focus. Put your eye on the spiral. That's the only thing you can do, because it's gonna be really difficult. Change doesn't come easily. It's never given to you. Freedom is never given to you. Salvation is not free. It comes with a price. So we are all willing to sacrifice that, to pay that price for peace, for salvation, for independence, for equality, for everything that gives us the dignity that we are looking for, acknowledgement that the government has taken from us for so long. But I want to talk about Professor Maurice Kamto's incidents on the house arrest. As I was telling Nestor about this house arrest thing, to tell you another mistake they are making, the same government making. The government has about 3 fronts fights. He has 3 fronts. He's fighting with Kamto, Boko Haram, and Ambazonian fight, and some other ones we don't see. We've seen people who have been under house arrest. I give an example. I was telling him, I said, do you know the Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi? She was under house arrest for 15 years, 21 years time interval. She was denied even medical attention, but today she is the president of Myanmar. In 2016, the world was honored to accept and congratulate her for her patience. And I'll just say, the military in Myanmar was very oppressive. They did all they could do, but when that time comes, they will be powerless. This, like I said, autocratic government, they seem to look stable. They appear to look stable and well organized, but they have very shallow foundations. They can easily be swayed. It's just you putting your eye on your sparrow. This is a fight. When you are fighting, if you are a village boy like me, I'm a Kumba girl, I'm a Fiango girl, I'm a Kumbatown girl, I'm a Boya Road girl. I look at your feet, I try to see your stamina. And when we were young, they say, holy food, holy food, holy food, holy food. Because that person is light and they see you are heavyweight, you can easily take that person up and bring the person down. Which government can be more than us if we put
None.
efforts, our minds, our intellects, and everything? No government can stand when there's civil resistance. No government.
Right.
So we just have to start knowing what we really can do, our strength. We are so powerful, but until we are united. And that's one thing you can't even be surprised. That's the strategy, the pattern of La République, divide and rule them. That's why he doesn't want Southwesterners to be with Northwesterners. He wants the West to be isolated.
Right.
Because they know the strength of unity.
And that's why we can't let them separate us, doctor.
For that cheap strategy that we have all understood. The books have shown us, our exposure has put us in the platform where we see all these things and we know how it works. So they cannot succeed. I want to tell you, they will not succeed. They will not succeed. Give La République another 1 year.
That's too long, doctor.
No,
That is way
no,
too
don't say
long.
1 year.
Maximum. I'm just saying maximum 1 year.
We don't need.
Right now.
Too much.
No, forgive me for saying 1 year. I'm saying maximum. When I say 1 year in literacy, it means from 2020, 2021. We are a couple of months. It could happen in January. That's 1 year.
Exactly.
That's 1 year. So what I'm saying is, because they're already wobbling. You don't want your tire don't bust now.
Yes.
Your wheels are
They're
not
done.
wobbling.
Yes.
It's wobbling. You are still driving. It's wobbling. You are still driving. You are putting fire, and then
Yes.
the tire just goes, and you are going your way, and the tire goes. It's where you crash.
Yes. Yes.
They are crashing slowly.
Yes.
And I will tell you guys that I'm not a soothsayer, but I just watch the trend of things. When it starts getting dark, they say put your basin outside, rain will fall, because the clouds are gathering. We all see those clouds gathering. Did you believe you could see such a crowd in Yaoundé or in Douala? Who could believe that crowd? Did that crowd build up just the day Kamto said, I want to go on stage? People have been building that crowd in. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
So the mind is ready. We just need to put the body into action. So the time for action is coming. You cannot fight or you cannot resist if you don't. You can't fight the fight if you are not ready in your
True.
mind.
Strongly agree.
It's a mental thing. Your
Yep.
winning is first mental, then physical.
Yes.
So we are already winning mentally. We just need
Yes.
to put the physical. And some of us have to die. Because
Yes.
all of us are in
Definitely.
the side of the world enjoying this freedom that some people have shed their blood. What is
Yeah.
blood? Blood is legacy. Those names are engraved. I went to Japan. Nana understands. I mean, Nestor, sorry. This is friendship. This is what friendship does,
I
right?
traveled all Asia. I was in Japan. I was in China. I was everywhere.
We
Taiwan. I
went
was
to
everywhere.
Japan.
Yes.
And when you go to Japan and see the war of the Americans that died during the Hiroshima War, the Japanese-American War, you will cry. You see thousands of names on blocks.
Yep.
Thousands. And you stand and say, were these human beings? They were murdered. Even Cameroonians' names are there. Nigerian names are there. Kenyan names are there. African names are all there. They gave their life for this freedom we are all enjoying. All of us want to go where there is peace, but we don't want to make the sacrifice. It is our turn. Africa must make the sacrifice. It is our turn. Cameroon will make it.
Yep.
Nigeria will make it. It's a debt we have to pay, or else we'll be oppressed as long as we live. Do you know anybody in his 50s has the same mentality like a 10-year-old child? Because they have not seen change. You are 50 years in Cameroon. You have not seen change. So the
That's
10-year-old son that you have has the same mentality like you.
Yeah.
Is that what we want to? Is that the generation we want to hand over? We have
That's a
nothing. We are handing
disgrace.
over to our children until we seize it, until we have it. They have nothing in their hands. Is it because we are weak or we did not know? We were not knowledgeable enough? I think we are. CJ, don't. I see how you are being affected. We are all in a mourning
So
state.
it's just
Our minds are
Doctor, I like your spirit.
our minds are with the people at home, those young boys and girls that are ready to sacrifice their lives, but they are being so oppressed. There are boys in Yaoundé, they just need a leader. There are girls in Yaoundé, they just need a leader.
yeah.
They'll be in the street. They don't have a leader. Kamto was a leader in La République. He moved masses within a couple of days. You saw it. I called Nestor. I said, "What is happening?" Finally, he said, "No, it's going to happen." But you see, when you take out the leader, that's one thing. And the Ambazonians, we have succeeded. You kill one, another leader.
Another one rise up. That's true.
You kill one soldier, 10 more coming, and they see it, they know it. So we want time to play. You would see. This thing is God, because so many people could not be able to talk like you and I are talking today for fear. Where is that fear? It's gone. Because
No fear.
standing
Anger.
tall and strong.
There's only anger left.
In you. If you were on ground zero, you hold a gun. You go on the march. You demonstrate. You protest. It's just because you are in abroad, and going down there right now is not your priority. You rather cry loud so that the people that can hear and be of influence to come up with a peace plan will be the best thing you do, rather than going down there and being crushed. But it is gone. No more fear. Look how people talk. Did they know we could talk like this? I am
definitely not.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, don't give up. Let's put our eyes on the spiral. That we should not lose focus. Keep protecting your family. Call them every day. Please stay home. If you need to stay home, if you need to do anything, do it quick and just avoid being out there. Because if you're fighting with a loser, he has nothing. La Republic has nothing anymore to lose. They have lost Ambazonian, Southwest and Northwest already. The Bamileke people control the economy. The politics is in the hands of some few Betty or whatever. It doesn't work anymore for them. So what would they do? You people are going to be their targets. Destroy them. After all, we have lost everything already.
Yeah.
So let's just put our energy. If you need to give some little financial assistance here, please don't relent. Give it. If you know the source is, they're gonna use it to help those that are doing the job for us, fighting for us, doing all those placards. There are people who are not sleeping. Those that we don't see the work they are doing, and I applaud them every day. We just do the talk. We just do talk. It's cheap. Talk is cheap. The real work is those young boys and girls that are sitting on those computers, working on all those plans and strategies and bringing out those plans. You need to know what it means for you to go to protest in front of La République, who don't know it, they don't care about your life. You can be taken out.
We need to build character. We need to make sure that people know what is going on.
So the people who are always on the social media giving out information, they work. It's work.
No, it's critical. It's critical.
Very important.
So we appreciate them.
Yeah.
We appreciate. Let's see. Yeah. We'll keep disagreeing to agree. We'll keep finding a common ground where we can execute something that will bring peace one day. That's my prayer.
Now, Dr. P, we need to do one last round. Everybody give their conclusion because it's already 1:19
I know, right?
a.m. and I need
Oh,
to
yeah.
take a nap. So, who want to go first for the conclusion?
I think Brother CJ should go. Where is Brother Andy?
All right, CJ.
Oh, this was I like this, talking to someone that's actually there and that's actually willing to have a discussion. This is, I think, like I said, we need to make sure that the communication lane stayed open. Because once we close that, that's us giving up. And that's the part that I don't want to accept. I don't want to let myself accept that we lost that way of at least sitting down and discussing, like my brother Wako said. We need to get rid of this thing that is hurting us all, and then look at us and see where we can go.
Very good.
Once we agreed on that, then we at least we have one same direction that we're looking into. The way of getting there might differ, and we might even disagree, but at least we know that that's our target. In project management, they always say that you need to know what your objective is. No matter what way you're getting at, you need to stay focused on the objective. And as long as we stay focused on getting rid of this government, everything else can find a solution. That's just my 1 2 cents about this whole thing.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Wako.
Yes, Mr. Nana, I will start first from say thank you too much to you. Thanks a lot to you, because this door you just opened today, you don't even know what you have done.
Yes.
You just put on the panel, how I can call it, doctor, you will excuse me for my English. I don't know if you will call it Amazonia and the La Republique. I mean, all those who are fighting for there, you just put them together to get a solution.
Yes.
Which I'm pleading now for doctor that from tomorrow, please don't miss the panel and invite others, because from this panel we can get a solution. That was my introduction. And now to go to the point for the arrest of President Kamto. When we ask our question, why is it arrest? We have to start first from ask our question, what Ayutabe is doing in prison? What Mamadou Mota is doing in prison? What Dibu Nizak is doing in prison? What Serge Blanco is doing in prison? Once we get the result
so many
for that, we will understand why Kamto is kept. Right now, going to the dialogue, there is no any more dialogue to make with this government. We already passed that level. Now it's to chase him away. And now going to the question doctor was asking today, how to put those crowd who received Kamto in Douala, how to put them out. Mr. Nana here have given a solution. Weeks back, the money we are spending to provide gun, munition in Northwest and Southwest, that money should be added by fighters for La Republique to get leaders everywhere in the 10 region who will take the responsibility to take people out to chase this man away. To chase this man away. We have to contribute, give money for people in Cameroon. Now we are not again in 1970, where we was using force to chase government away. Now we are 2020, meaning what? We give each small boy who are raised in Cameroon 100,000 francs or $100. With the $100, he have 2 police stations to ban. Institutions of Cameroon have to be put down. They have to be disturbed. Roads have to be blocked and cut at night. They wake up in the morning, they just see disaster. Their children are doing what in university in Europe. They have to go study in Cameroon. Those are the actions we have to put in place. And to close it, I'm inviting again and again all of us to be united and burn down this government. They are criminal. Don't expect a group of thieves come into your house and feel sorry to your daughter. Don't expect. They will just rape your mother 90 years in front of you because it's their duty. This government are criminal. Cameroon doesn't have government. Please. Let us not talk again about government. These are criminal. The reality terrorists we are talking about. We have to keep on calling them terrorists. If we cannot take our country from them, we are dead. And I would like to say, Doctor, that I appreciate too much your courage.
Thank you.
Please, I appreciate too much your courage. Let Mr. Nana organize this panel the way he have done it. More professional even than this for a serious discussion like what we are doing now, looking for a solution for Cameroon. You have started something which you don't even know what you have started.
Very good.
When I go around all the panel, there is no panel who is
Like
walking the way you are walking. But
Thank
people
you.
cannot follow because they call us no name.
Thank you.
The Lord is his strength.
So let's be united, Doctor.
Next
Please, Doctor, I'm begging you again.
Thank you
The
too.
route you have taken was the solution you have that time. But this time around, many people are involved.
Yes.
Let's take gun, put it first aside. I'm not saying that we remove our boys on the ground, but we put a full stop first on that side and unite and carry this luggage called government, put aside and come back now, take our gun and say, how are we going to rule our country?
Because that's our country.
That's
what we need to remember. It's our country.
Yes. So, G, your last word, conclusion.
Yeah, let me address some word in French to people who live in Yaoundé. Voilà. Those French provinces. Ouais. Je voudrais leur dire aujourd'hui que sachez que ceux qui souffrent aujourd'hui sont nos frères. Et beaucoup de gens ont dit bien longtemps avant qu'il y avait un problème, il fallait les écouter. On ne les a pas écoutés. Et arrêtons avec l'hypocrisie. Arrêtons de dire que je suis combat, je suis garbo. Il n'est plus question aujourd'hui. Nous sommes tous des parents. Il n'est plus question aujourd'hui de dire je suis garbo pendant une semaine et après aller se couper la porte chez soi. Nous avons tous la responsabilité en tant que francophones, comme le disait. Nous avons tous la responsabilité aujourd'hui de décider d'arrêter cette guerre. Ce gouvernement ne pourra pas arrêter cette guerre parce que c'est une joue leurs intérêts. Ils veulent continuer à être au pouvoir, continuer avec la France et aller user les richesses au sud-ouest. C'est ça, qu'on se dise la vérité. Le Cameroun est une chasse gardée de la France.
Oui.
Donc, les amis de la France comme les États-Unis et l'Angleterre, c'est du business. Ils ne viendront pas forcément nuire à la chasse gardée de la France. La preuve en est au Rwanda. Rwanda, you know. Ce qui est arrivé au Rwanda, les gens regardaient, on voyait. Mais c'est arrivé après that people say genocide, que ça n'arrive plus jamais. Mais pendant que c'est arrivé, on ne fait rien. On ne fait rien. Celui qui était censé résoudre ce problème, c'est ce monsieur qui s'approche au pouvoir depuis 40 ans et qui est incapable de parler à tes enfants. Alors, à un moment donné, arrêtez l'hypocrisie, arrêtez de nous dire que le droit est monté, le droit est descendu. Il n'y a pas d'institution, il n'y a pas de population. Que les francophones comprennent cela et qu'ils sortent. Moi, je suis très énervé depuis que je parle là parce que je n'arrive pas à comprendre que les gens, à un moment donné, pensent qu'il faut passer le temps à accepter des stupidités. Ça ne tient pas la route. Ça ne tient pas la route qu'on envoie les gens en prison pour rien. Ça ne tient pas la route. Non, non, on ne peut pas accepter ça. Quel genre d'humains sommes-nous devenus? Est-ce que hier, on n'a pas ouvert les bars à Yaoundé? Est-ce que hier, on n'a pas ouvert les bars à Douala? Est-ce que le même samedi, on n'a pas ouvert les bars? Vous avez vu les drapeaux en bain quelque part? Est-ce qu'on vous a dit jour national de deuil? C'est un deuil national. Non, on n'a pas dit ça. Pourquoi est-ce qu'on se trompe? Pourquoi est-ce qu'on se trompe? Quand des députés se lèvent un matin et te disent que l'État doit tuer ces terroristes. Moi, ce qui me fait mal dans ce mensonge, c'est que, à peine avoir tué, on dit que ce sont des terroristes. N'ayant même pas fait d'investigation. Il faut faire des investigations. Ça signifie en fait qu'il y a des gens en l'ombre qui vous
et même si c'était eux qui est la cause.
Que la population accuse un combat. Non, arrêtez de manipuler les gens. Ne prenez pas les gens pour ceux qui sont fous. Non. Hein? Vous avez vu ce que le gouvernement a dit? Ils vous disent que l'école a commencé à fonctionner depuis 1 an. Ils sont crazy. Vous avez vu la loi?
Une école qui a plus de 30 ans.
Cette
école a plus de 30 ans.
Et c'est ça le défaut de l'homme camerounais. Toujours être dans le suivisme sans se questionner. Non, arrêtons de faire comme si on a peut-être trop mal. Hier, il y avait Gabo, hein, on a fait la même chose. On a fait la même chose. Avant ça, il y a eu tellement de tueries. Avant ça, il y a eu des anglophones, nos frères qui ont marqué. On les a tabassés, on les a mis dans le rigole. Il y a eu des avocats qui les demandaient que, parce qu'on les écoute, nous n'avons pas pu le faire. À un moment donné, nos frères se battent. C'est vrai, moi je dis en tant qu'africaniste qu'on ne peut pas défendre l'héritage colonial. Ça, c'est ce que je dis. Mais quand on a fait ce qui est mauvais aux gens, il faut accepter d'avoir fait ce qui est mauvais aux gens. On leur a fait ce qui n'est pas bien. Mais comment est-ce que les gens dorment chez eux? Ils ont dit ça dormir au Cameroun. Quand même! Nous, on va faire les débats. C'est vrai, c'est un combat. On ne peut pas combattre un dictature qui a 40 ans et qui n'est même que la suite d'une autre dictature. Qui n'est que la suite d'une autre dictature. On ne peut pas la combattre en 1 an, en 2 ans. Ça prendra du temps, je suis parfaitement d'accord. Mais il faut que les gens s'impliquent. Il faut que les gens s'impliquent. Moi, je suis écœuré quand je vois une vidéo du professeur Maurice Kamto qui est revenu. Tout Douala était plein. Tout le monde était dehors. Mais aujourd'hui, il est séquestré chez lui. Personne n'est en mesure de sortir. Mais sortez, qui ont rempli tous ces prisons. Est-ce qu'ils savent que pendant l'apartheid, on a arrêté de 1951 jusqu'à les années 90 près de 7 millions de personnes? Est-ce qu'ils le savent?
Non, non.
Let's be honest. Il faut se sacrifier. Les Sylvicos sont partis, ils sont morts. Ça. Chacun est venu, chacun a donné sa part de contribution dans le combat. Et pendant l'apartheid, les lois de l'apartheid étaient établies en Afrique du Sud. C'était du droit. C'était ce que les gens viennent de dire dans les chaînes de télé qui sont des experts en droit. Il faut respecter la loi. On ne doit pas marcher. Non, c'est crazy. Il faudrait que les francophones, à un moment donné, se remettent en question et arrêtent avec l'hypocrisie. Moi, où je suis, Nestor, je suis très fâché ce matin.
Tu as raison. Vraiment, merci pour ton temps. Dr. P, your conclusion.
Oh my God. It's a long time. I really had such a nice conversation with men of integrity and men of strength and men of high energy and concern and love for their country, patriotic and everything in above and beyond. I have seen anger. If we would just allow Bodandi, he can talk till tomorrow. If I allow Wacko, oh my gosh. See, I now understand why Nestor's show, he says it's a 1 hour 30-minute show. It ends up 3 hours. We are almost 3 hours going.
Because it's so big.
We have
Because it's
not
so big.
exhausted anything. We still have so much in us we want to talk about, but
Exactly.
we cannot. We just need, like Brother Wakud said, let's have another date to
Yes.
talk about other issues. Like he said, we've just started a debate that we would like to sustain and come up
Yes.
with little suggestions that
Yes.
could make sense someday. You know,
Yes. Yes.
Definitely.
I would say this: we are in a mourning state for the consequences of the violence of a regime that has no accountability, no sense of humanity, empathy, compassion. But this is just a reminder to us that we have to keep our focus and pursue what we want. That change that we are looking at, and knowing that is going to come with a price. Us in the diaspora, our responsibility is so minimal compared to what people at home are supposed to make. A drop of anybody's blood is so precious.
Yes.
But even when they say we should come out, even here in the United States, some of us are still reluctant. In Europe, I see in Paris, and I'm sure this communique goes to many people to come out for demonstrations, and people are still reluctant. I don't know if it's just the pattern that we are used to seeing in this vicious way that La République has ruled us for so many years. That the Frenchman has taught us how to be complacent of the little unreasonable comforts that we have. Because we are not comfortable. How can you be comfortable if you have a shithole country?
It's embarrassing.
How can you be comfortable if somebody stands and calls your country shithole country? We cannot be comfortable. So, but um, we'll keep our conversation going. And thank you, our able moderator, for keeping up with us. But my last word goes to Ground Zero, to the families that are mourning, to the children that are traumatized, to the population that are traumatized, and to tell them that we are standing with them, we are mourning with them, we are encouraging them not to give up, and that parents should remember that protection starts from a family. The government that people count on, like we are in the diaspora, they are not there for us. It's an unfortunate thing, but we have to accept it. So the first thing we have to do is understand how to protect ourselves. We have seen how people have been selfless to protect the same children that the government, that La Republic comes and kills. Every life matters. From the ones that went in Ngambo, from the ones that were killed in Muyuka, from the ones killed anywhere in Bengui, anywhere, every life matters. The cry of a mother is a cry of a mother. The cry of a sibling is a cry of a sibling, whether you are rich, poor, black, or white. So the loss is all our loss. Every life that we've lost is precious to us. And I want to thank everybody that is making those sacrifices. Please let us stand the cause. The diaspora, they are only asking for financial assistance. And when they call for rallies, let us make time. Let us make time. Our voices count. They need
Excellent.
our voices. That's the only support that they want from us, apart from the financial support, which I don't know. Some people, I don't have any money. Nestor, you know that, right?
Don't worry about that.
But if I tell you, people, the little sacrifices I still want to make, if I wish I had much right now, I'll make it big time. But I have my own story that one on one I will explain to people, not
Yeah.
on this forum. But I am willing and I am encouraging every one of us. And let's go to the other side, talk about our neighboring La Republique or our brothers and sisters. We can talk about solidarity, but I want you guys to ask yourself what happened that in 3 years we stood by ourselves. We never had solidarity from nobody, even to talk about our plight. So, but that's another conversation that I want us to sit on this panel another time.
Definitely. Yeah.
So
We can bring it.
I thank everybody for joining and making this conversation more lively and enjoyable and more challenging for us to in our little corners. Please be safe. Coronavirus is real. Let us come up with little bits of contributions. It makes a whole. And we think people are not listening. People are listening. And I thank you again, Nestor. And I'll see you guys some other time. Pretty
Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you,
Dr.
Doctor.
B. Thanks, everyone. I want to thank my buddy Watko from India.
I
I
know.
want to thank our brother CJ from
What
Ottawa,
you have
Canada.
to invite? I was in India.
Welcome, Mr. CJ.
I
Where
want to
are
thank
you?
our brother G in South Africa.
Hey,
This
I want
was
to come to South Africa. Where are you in South Africa?
we are Pretoria. We want to make sure that our audience acknowledge the fact that Cameroonians from all over the world are concerned about the temperature in our country. They need to be very appreciative with the fact that from the United States to Canada to South Africa to India, Cameroon are talking about Cameroon. They are talking about what happened in Kumba, and that we should wake up to free ourselves because we are all in chain. This is not a joke. This is something we must take seriously, and I will maintain the contact with you guys so that on an ongoing basis we can be meeting here to share our thought, because everything you said this evening was very productive. Not one person could say it by themselves. So this is the power of teamwork. God bless teamwork. Teamwork is a value. And I want to thank you for your time. It's time for me to go to sleep. I wish you good night and good day for most of you.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Yes, everyone.
All
All right, people. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. CJ.
Bye.
Good.